She now moves up to third in the points. Elio leads by 12 over Scott Dixon, by 14 over that lady right there. And as I said, she gets congratulations from Kim Green, one of the team co-owners. Danica climbs into the car that will take her around the track to the cheers of everyone in Japan. And ticket sales, as we mentioned, are going to start jumping at Kansas and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I guarantee.
Well, she listed her most memorable achievement was leading the Indianapolis 500. And this just might rank a little higher. I gotta say that having a victory has got to be the thing that she's going to remember the most right now. The pressure may be off, but as an athlete and as a driver, she's going to turn around and use this as motivation to go and continue and run strong in Kansas. Well, she's run strong there before, Marty, so she's got a great opportunity to continue the momentum and do well there. And then on to Indianapolis, which is really the place that made Danica Patrick. And she was the first female to lead laps at the Indianapolis 500 race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So I think without a doubt that she now is on her way to having a lot more confidence every time she sits inside the race car.
Michael Andretti is with Jack Arute.
Michael Andretti, you've had so many moments in motorsports. You've won here. You know what it takes to win at Motegi. Describe what Danica Patrick must be feeling right now.
I don't even know. I mean, I'm so happy for her. I'm so proud of her. I wasn't, it's always been a question of when, not if, when she was going to win. And I'm so proud of her, the way she did it. She did a really good job sticking to the numbers and still keeping the speed. And I love this girl. She is just a first-class individual, and I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy now that monkey's off her back, and you'll see there's going to be more of this to come.
You can relate to the monkey on a driver's back. How difficult is it psychologically to hear it week in and week out? And in your case, in Danica's case now, year in and year out.
Honestly, I'm not even sure it's about the hearing about it. I think it's more herself, She wants to win so bad. She's such a competitor, and I think it's more the monkey off her back for herself, and not everybody else. And that's the type of individual she is. And I think now that it's off, you're going to see a different person. And I think this is the first, like I said, of many more.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Michael Andretti won at Twin Ring Motegi in 2000. In 2008, that lady right there, Danica Patrick, making history for the second race in a row in the IndyCar Series. Is this the kind of year we're going to have? This is going to be pretty exciting. And we're going to make history again on tomorrow here at Long Beach, where you and I are getting ready for the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Jack, hopefully he's going to make it. He's got a helicopter flight from here, or from there, to Narita Airport, then a flight across the ocean, and another helicopter flight from LAX to Long Beach.
Watching the interview with Michael Andretti, I have to remember that when he hired Danica Patrick, a lot of people said, why? There's so many great drivers out there. Why are you taking a chance on somebody that seems to have a lot of hype attached to her, but we don't know if she has the ability? And he said, because I think that she needs a team that surrounds her, that can support her. There's no doubt having 3 teammates now versus 1 certainly is a situation I think that she's taken a great benefit from. And just the experience that Team Andretti Green, I think, has really paid dividends for her. And having the teachers that she did with Dario Franchitti last year, with Tony Cadon this year, has given her confidence not only in driving to ask questions, but also in car setup. It's given her the confidence when maybe the cars weren't the best underneath her. And it's something on Team Marty that if you're out there driving and you have a question with the car, and you wonder if it's you or the car, but your teammate's doing it, and you got the same car, then you know you need to dig down inside and find out something else to do yourself. And I think she's done that. She's put all the pieces of the puzzle together. As her husband Paul said, she has been patient, but she knows now that she can do it. And the belief of Michael Andretti, when he hired her, said she will win someday, and she's going to win driving one of my cars.
Look at that. Need anything to be said? Just an incredible moment. And you're along for the ride with Danica Patrick. Can you imagine how many young girls are watching? Obviously, back on the East Coast, it's going to be late, but they'll see it on Sports Center, and they'll see replays of this race. I would imagine that this could become one of those ESPN instant classics, and they're going to dream of maybe one day following in her footsteps.
Well, you know something? My young son, Michael, is just starting to do some go-karting, and I've been away from the go-kart track for over 20 years, did it myself, but now returning to that, I can think there was maybe 1 or 2 girls that race go-karts in all the United States when I was doing it. Well, there must be 10 or 12 at each individual track you go to, from what I hear now, and the track that we race at, the same situation, because I think that girls are now accepted in the sport, and the hunts of Sarah Fisher and Danica Patrick were the most recent, I think has helped that.
Females obviously have been extremely successful in drag racing. Of course, Shirley Muldowney led the way in the straight liners, and obviously Ashley Force is getting a lot of attention now. Melanie Troxel as well. Look at this young girl. Could she be a Danica Patrick someday? And the fans in Japan, the corner workers there, the salute, as they realize also history being made in Japan by Danica Patrick winning her first race. I'm not sure if she still doesn't believe it.
Oh, it'll set in on the train, on the plane ride home, and it'll be something that she'll wake up tomorrow morning and go, I can't believe it.
Well, she got a lot of press coverage all along throughout her career. Can you imagine what the crush is going to be like when she gets back in the States?
Can you imagine the crush of the Indianapolis 500? No, you're there for 3.5 weeks. Right now, she's just taking it on. That's a great shot.
There's her car at the victory podium. We should tell you, through all this, Elio Castro did finish second, 5 seconds back. Then it was Scott Dixon third, Dan Weldon fourth, Tony Kanaan rounding out your top 5. Ed Carpenter was 6th, and Ryan Hunter-Ray was 7th. Guys, just ask her. I know our cameraman's there. Yeah, just tell her, ask her what she's thinking now that she's had a moment to digest it.
What are you thinking right now?
Wasn't even a matter of doing anything so much different. It was just a matter of luck and everything coming together and good strategy and, you know.
Spray the champagne from the top level of the podium for the first time in her IndyCar career. And as Dad and everyone on the team said, it will not be the last. As, I think she's trying to fight her way through the crowd to make it up there.
This is a young girl that we said that was racing go-karts and cut her teeth in go-karts and raced against Sam Cornish Jr. and had many battles, and I keep getting reminded when I go to the go-kart track these days of how she used to bump and push Sam Cornish around a little bit because they were both from Ohio and were racing together, and you know, Sam has gone on to have so much success in Indy cars, and now is over in NASCAR, and it's just now her turn to have this opportunity to have the light shining on her because she has worked hard for it, she trains hard, and it's a lot of pressure on a driver, male or female, if you want to try and get to the top podium in motorsport, and that's exactly what she has done here today.
There she goes. Let's just listen to the crowd. Crusher photographers. Again, our host, Japanese television. You know, the only thing I missed, because we were in Japan, obviously we don't have access to the radios. And it would have been nice to hear some of that conversation. We are so privileged when they're racing here in North America. She looks a little lonely up there right now. And there he is, Elio. He comes up to congratulate her. He's saying, you blew me by me like I was standing still.
I would love to know how much fuel was left in his gas tank.
And there is Scott Dixon, as we mentioned, in third place. There's your top 3 tonight from Twin Ring Motegi. The top 3 in the points heading to next week. And remember, the teams have only 5 days to get ready for the first practice session this coming week at Kansas. There's the trophy being wheeled in.
I see the size of that trophy. I hope they don't expect her to lift that up over her shoulders.
Remember this date, April 20th, 2008. And as you think about it, go back to 1977 when a lady by the name of Janet Guthrie laid the groundwork for this moment. Lynn St. James would up the ante in 1992. Danica has been up to the challenge of raising that bar. Sarah Fisher even set herself a little higher in 2002. But on this day, it's Danica Patrick that not only competes, but wins. And that reference to Brooke is sister Brooke, who obviously is back here in the States. And I guarantee you that scream probably was heard all over town when Sis won.
A great moment for Honda, and after this race here, a lot of the drivers that are in Japan right now, when they come back to the States, will visit Torrance, California, to the headquarters. The trophy is just about as big as she is.
Yes, I think that's what they were telling her. She put her arm up there saying, hey, the trophy's as big as you are, and look at the trophies they get.
One you can bring back in your luggage, the other one you ship.
Yeah, right. Oh, my. look at this. This is great. A great moment to share. And yeah, the guys need help carrying that heavyweight trophy. And now Danica has to carry hers out by herself, right? The presentation of the flowers.
And this goes on forever in the Japanese culture. I remember speaking with a lot of drivers that have won before, and they continue to get gifts. And some of the guys saying that some of the stuff you have to have shipped back, and it arrives back in America just a couple of weeks later at your home, and many different things.
And none of the crowd seems to have left. I think they all realize the moment. And look at the smile. I don't think you'll see that smile go away for a while.
What a neat feeling. You know, you're saying about the effect it has on the young females that want to get into karting and into different types of motorsport. But, you know, one day she's going to be above. And